Power Center, Informatica Power Center has got four different types of clients, and each client has its own functionalities. So one is we have designer, where we will design the transformation flow, as in when the data is read from the source before loading into target, what different phases it goes through, as in phases in the sense different types of transformations, so that the data is transformed or converted into the format acceptable by the target or desired by the target. So that is designed in the designer. We have something called workflow manager. So when we have multiple mappings, so the point of workflow manager is, first of all, designer will not hold any connection information, as in if I am having Oracle as a source or a target in specific relational sources or targets, so each source can uh, be configured on a different hosts or different services in the sense SID or service name. So it is needed or very much essential to configure what database we are connecting. So those are nothing but connection information. So those are specified only in the session configurations. So what is my source, what is my target connection, and if I am using any lookups, so what is the lookup connection details. If so that's with respect to relational. So even if I am using flat files, what is my source path, what is my target path, what is my source file name, those are something which are not feasible to be configured in designer. So workflow manager is a place where we configure such information. Another advantage of workflow manager is it helps us enabling dependency, as in if a session or a mapping needs to get triggered after the execution of a particular specific session, that dependency can be accomplished using workflow manager. And another thing is you can configure some sessions to run in parallel. So again, those configurations can be done in workflow manager. So we have another two more client components. One is workflow monitor. So the runtime statistics of a particular mapping or workflow can be monitored through workflow monitor, as in when I have executed a specific workflow, how much time it took, what is the throughput, how much time the source has taken to read the data, how many records are processed. Such information can be retrieved or obtained from workflow monitor. Another most important component is repository manager. So repository manager is used to move the objects, Informatica objects, from one folder to another folder, or also copy and paste the objects from one repository to another repository. So we have edit and then copy, as well as we copy from the source and then we can paste the same configurations of Informatica objects in the target. And another thing is we have something called deployment groups also. So those also can be done using. So the main intention of deployment groups are for migrating the Informatica objects or code components to the higher environments. Let's suppose if our project involves development environment, test environment, and production environment. So in order to move the code between dev to test and then finally to prod, we can use this deployment groups. So Now, there are many scenarios which can be accomplished or which can be used to read the data from the source and then load into a target. And every require it depends on requirement. So one of the requirement I will take now is, so let me try to load data which is present in a file to target. Now the data can be present in different things. So for practice, you can use Informatica provided files. So in Informatica, if we go in the server directory, we will have sample tutorials files. So server tutorials, here we will have some files data. So this can be used. So all customers is one thing. If we have CSV Excel, we can see it, or the CSV data can be viewed from Notepad also. So here this is some data. So this data, if you see, the data is a comma separated. So first of all, even before developing any workflow, we need to understand what is my source, and I need to understand what are the properties, as in, okay, how many columns I have, what are the lengths of the corresponding columns, what are the column delimiters. Especially when we are dealing with files, files are of two types. One is a fixed width files and another is delimited. So delimited as in when the two columns are separated by a delimiter. Delimiter is nothing but a separator. So those are called as delimited files. And we have another component called as fixed width. So in fixed width, so each column will be designated a fixed length. So if I want to enter another column, I need to, let's suppose I have designated 10 characters for customer ID. And in this case, we have consumed 8 characters. So rather than specifying a comma, I will provide 2 empty spaces to make it length 10. When I am reading customer type, when Informatica reads customer type, it tries to read from 11th character. So if we don't provide spaces after customer ID in case of fixed weight, it will be a challenging thing because it might result in losing of data. We will see both the examples how to configure fixed width as well as delimited. So since the data is already available for delimited data, we will use this as a source. So now we will create a mapping. So before that, I need to create a source definition. So source definition means what are the columns which are available in the source, what are its corresponding data types, what are its lengths. So that definition is essential because it is a column driven uh, flow. So I am trying to, my source is a file, so I will use import from file. So here I can browse to the specific location where my tutorials files are existing, whichever are provided by Informatica. Those will be available in server tutorials. So I will change, by default the files type would be DAT. I will change it to CSV or all files. So by that way I will be able to access it. So by default code page will be MS Latin 1, but you can change it to Unicode and stuff. So if our source data involves in Unicode characters, so we will have to use the UTF-8 sort of a thing. So right now my data does not, US data usually will not have Unicode characters. ASCII will, MS Latin will support ASCII characters. So we should be able to, as in this code page is good enough. So when I use this, So here I'll have two types of uh, classification, two classification. One is delimited and another is fixed width. My data clearly says I have a comma separated between two columns, so I can use delimited. If I don't have any specific delimiter, then I have to go with fixed width. And my first row is column names. I can, so there I can use a checkbox, import field names from first line. So my first line will get disappear. So which means I need not specify the column names manually. However, since it is a text file, I need to specify the lengths, so which I would be doing in the upcoming tab. So here I would need to specify what is my length of it and the corresponding data type if I am not satisfied, or if that does not meet our requirement. So first is customer ID. It is showing 8 characters. So 8 characters should be good. Next is customer tire. It is showing text and 7. Last name 11. Let me change it to some 20. First name again 9. I'll change it to 20. Company, I'll change it to some 75. I can scroll it. So likewise, we have to and we have to adjust the data type in certain cases, uh, as well as the length also. So here chip, it is numeric. I can specify text. Chip at times it is a combination. So I prefer text instead of numeric. So this is fine. Create a date. So okay, let it be text. I don't have any issues on that. So now what else is pending? Yeah, I think rest all should be good. This is also in the form of text, so I can click on finish. I need to save it, then only it gets inserted. I saved it, then it gets inserted. Now I have source. I need a target, as in when I am loading the data, how I want to see the data. Obviously, we might not be interested in all the columns whichever are present in the source. So in my case, I am interested in only few columns. So what I will do is, so I can rather directly pull the source into my target, then I can edit and remove the unnecessary columns, or I can retain only those columns whichever are essential for me. So what I'll do is, I don't need these all fields. So I can multi-select, and there is a scissor symbol which is capable of deleting such columns. So, and now, okay, all good. I got the required columns, but however, my requirement is I don't want to see the data in a comma separated. My requirement is I want the data in a pipe separated. So here we have to double click on the target definition. On the advanced tab, we will have the column delimiters. I can specify the delimiter whatever is interested or choice. I'll use pipe as a delimiter. I'm just choosing some random delimiter which is different from my source. Perfect. I'll save it so that it creates a target definition here. If you wonder what is this right symbol in green color, it is nothing but I have enabled version controlling. So any objects whichever are created will be checked out. We can check in them once we are done with the changes. So we can check in the objects. So as long as one user is using should be fine, but only if at all if we are doing any changes, unless we check in the components, if other persons will not be able to see the latest changes. Now I have got my source, I have got my target. I need to create the mapping. So on the top I have mapping, create. So the convention is m underscore. My source is customer. I can say what is my source. flat file to stg customer data ffstg customer. So my mapping is created. I will drag my source. Every source definition will be associated with a source qualifier. So these are the columns whichever are available in the source. Let me pull the target. So in the first scenario, we will try to directly link the columns as is. Then going forward, we'll see one by one scenario by having a transformation logic. So first agenda is, so I have mapping, but still I did not configure where I am trying to read the data. What is the file name? Where I am going to store the data? What is my file name of the target, or where I am going to store my target? That information cannot be specified within the mapping. So I'll come back to my workflow manager. Let me create a workflow, wf underscore m underscore customer. So here on the top, I'll have a session. I need to select that and then click here. So it gives me list of mappings. So right now I have only one mapping. I can choose that mapping. So now I have to associate. So when we create a workflow, it has a star, means workflow execution starts from that start point, and you can associate your desired session which should be executed first. So I got my session. So like we were discussing some time back. So my session will be able to have the connection information, as in from where the data needs to be read. So right now my data is not there in PM source file directory. If you wonder what is PM source file directory, it is nothing but under server we have something called infra shared source files. So this is the source file directory. And if you want to see where the such configurations exist, so you can log into Informatica administrator console. Let's suppose tomorrow you don't want to use that path source file directory, you want to configure your own predefined path. So that can be configured in the administration console. So I will log into administration console, Informatica administration console. Then once we log in, let us go to services and nodes. So I'll click on integration service. I'll click on integration service. Under integration service, if we see, here is the place where it is predefined path. So PM root is nothing but, if we see, it is nothing but infra shared. Under infra shared, it goes to source directory. So these are configurable things. So I have seen some customers using network drive path. So as in they maintain a different shared network share path where the source files are maintained and target files are maintained. So depending on their requirement, yeah. So these are everything is configurable. So these are default parameters, and based on your requirement at the integration service level, we can configure those such paths. Right now, we will not discuss regarding parameterizations and stuff. We are more interested in reading the file. So I'll go to the directory path. I'll copy the path directly, and then, so here if you see the source file directory, yeah, perfect. So I need to specify my directory path. If you see the properties here, one thing we will later come around is there is something called source file type. So we have two types of source files, so which is direct and indirect. So in a short, way, if I explain, direct is when I am trying to read the file directly. Indirect means I will not read the file, rather I'll read the name of the files, then go to that specific location and read it. So we will discuss that later. So now my file name is all underscore customers.csv, which is perfectly fine. So direct, I am reading the file directly, and the file is present in this directory, and this is my file name. Now I'll go to my target, then I'll specify, I need a header, output field name. So whatever are there in the target definition, okay, that needs to be generated in my target as a header. And then now my target directory. So PM, it is pointing to PM target directory. What is PM target directory? It is nothing but under infra shared, we have something called TGT files. So that under that location, the files are going to be stored. I don't have any issues. It can get stored. I will not change the file name also. Let it be .out. I'll just change the suffix of the file name, not the extension. I don't want to see 11, so that is fine. So reject, you need to understand what is your reject directory and reject file name. So reject directory, if there are, as in if the configurations are not as per, the data is not meeting the configurations, such data will be rejected, and those are captured under reject files. So for now, the error handling and that can be discussed even more further detail later. So now my configurations, I have configured my source directory, source file name, target directory, and target file name. I can kick my workflow. So there is a start task option which is used to trigger the workflow, and the statistics of the workflow can be visualized or observed in the workflow monitor. So my workflow is kicked and this session got triggered. I can see the statistics. Okay, there were around 2,495 records loaded in the target. However, at the source level, 2,495 are read and 4 were rejected because of data types or something, lengths and stuff. If we see, it managed to read everything in a single go. So throughput, if we see, all the records are read in a single second. So number of rows per second. So throughput, how much time it have taken to execute the workflow, those details can be obtained from monitor. So now we understood it got succeeded, and then the data is written. So I'll try to see the data. So under infra share target files. So if I try to open this, the expectation is the data is there in pipe delimited format, because that is what I was expecting. Yeah, there you go. I have something in pipe. So I see every column, every value is separated by pipe, which is good. Now we'll see an addition of this. An addition in the sense, now that I got the data in the form of pipe, let me change. I don't want pipe. I want the data to be separated by tilde. Again, I'll go to target definition. In the column delimiters, I can specify tilde. I can save it. Then my file is already there. I'll just delete it and then I'll re-execute my workflow. Start it. So now once the session is succeeded, yeah, it got succeeded. My expectation is now the data should be separated by tilde. No, which means it did not got reflected. So another aspect is, so there is another place we can configure such configurations. Okay, now let me try to refresh my mapping. So the same configurations, delimiter configurations can be specified at the session level also. We have something called set file. So under set file delimited, we can click on advanced. So right now it is pipe. It did not got overridden to tilde. So previously it was writing with double quoted. I want single quotes, or I don't want quotes at all. We can choose those also. So after choosing such configurations, I click on OK, save it. Then I can trigger the workflow. Now it should there we go. We have the data separated by tilde, and we have the column values in single quotes. So if I am not interested in single quotes, just go to session, click on target, because we are interested in only target, not at the source. I'll click on the target, click on set file. Oh, my bad, I have exited. So just click on the session. Click on target, set file. I will continue. Click on advanced. So I don't want codes. It looks, and if my requirement don't want codes, I can remove those codes, save it, then just trigger my workflow. After the workflow is succeeded, if I go and see the file which is written, yeah, perfect, there is no codes. So the reason why codes were used at the source level are, source is having a delimiter comma. So comma and comma, when Informatica is reading, Informatica will not understand comma whether it is a separator or part of data. So that was the intention why some columns are encoded within double quotes or single quotes. If the delimiter is also present in the data, so the text in the double quotes will tell that corresponding value is not multiple values, it is nothing but a single column. Now we have not used double quotes or single quotes anyways, because my delimiter is tilde, and then it is very less probable to have tilde in the data. So I don't have any issue. So I need not actually specify quotes or double quotes or single quotes. So now we will see about another aspect of it. So we have seen something like direct file. Now we will see another aspect of it. I'll read the same file. What I'll try to do is, I will try to split the data of this file into two files. What am I going to do is, I will just try to remove some rows from the first file and remove some rows from the second file. I have deleted the data from one of the file. The size got shrunk. The same thing what I'll do is, I'll come to somewhere around middle. Then probably I'll remove the rest half of the file. So this is when we have data which is present in different files, but the source definition is same, and it has to be loaded into the same target. So the requirement is, our source definition is same, and we were supposed to load into the same target, we can create an indirect file. So indirect file means we need to specify the absolute path along with data. So I'll say uh, file customers. I can say customer. It is txt. What I need to do is I need to specify the complete path. What I'll do is then I need to specify the name of the file, including the extension .csv. So, and in the second line, I have to specify the second file name. Now, if we see when the file is, when we run the Informatica workflow, after these changes, it will try to read the data from both the files. In the mapping, I need to say read from same directory, but instead of .csv, read from a file called customer.txt. And I need to say it is of indirect, means I am specifying a file which is going to have the paths of other paths of the files from where the data need to be read. That's it. I need not do anything. So you read it and load it into the same target. I need the data which is spread in two files. Both of them need to be read by the Informatica and need to be populated into the same target. So when I run the workflow, if I see, we see around 2726 rows were read. If we see here, so this is target. So here it read the data from all customers 1.csv and it read the data from all customers 2.csv as well. Now, if I go, since our last thing is tilde, it will continue to be tilde. So this is another way of loading flat files. So we have flat files, especially delimited. So the delimit, as in if we want to change the delimiter, so that can be configured at the session level, and we can specify double quotes, single quotes, none at the session level. And then finally, we can also play around, as in if we have a requirement where we need to read the data from multiple files which are having same definition and also that need to be loaded into the same target, then we can use the concept of indirect file, wherein we need to create a file and then the file need to contain all the entries, and more importantly, it should have all entries data, as in the path should be, it is a fully qualified path, means it should have the absolute path. It is not the name of the file, it should have the complete path where the file is present.